We are officially 24 hours into the release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's first DLC, the Teal Mask, and I have officially completed the Kitakami Pokedex. And let me tell you guys, this one is no easy feat. There are a lot of trade-only Pokemon in this one, but we'll get to that in just a minute. Right now, we can officially confirm that there are 200 Pokemon in the Kitakami Pokedex, and today I want to show you guys every single Pokemon available to catch in the land of Kitakami. And trust me, there's some ones that are returning that I think you guys are gonna like. But with that, let's get to it and let's take a look at the Pokedex. Now, as I mentioned, there are 200 Pokemon in the Kitakami Pokedex. However, not all of them are new Pokemon. There are quite a few Pokemon here that are already in the Paldean Dex. So when you start the DLC, odds are you will have, if you've completed the Paldean Dex, you will have well over 100 of these Pokemon done already. You'll have about half of the Dex done, if not a little bit more. But starting off our journey through the Kitakami Pokedex, we have Spinarak and Ariados returning to the game, as well as Yanma and its evolution Yanmega. We also have Jotonian Wooper and Jotonian Quagsire returning to the game, even though you could technically get them in the Paldea region already. We have Poochyena and Mightyena making their return from Gen 3 from the Hoenn region, looking fantastic in this game, I might add. We have Volbeat and Illumise returning to the game. Corphish and Crawdaunt making their return as well, along with Sewaddle, Swadloon, and Leavanny returning to the game. We have Cutiefly and Ribombee returning as well, along with Ekans, everybody's favorite snack boy, and Arbok, with honestly, super impressive models in this game. I really like these guys. We have Pichu, of course, and Pikachu and Raichu making their way into the land of Kitakami, because it wouldn't be a Pokemon game without these three in there. We have Bellsprout, Weepinbell, and Victory Bell making their return from the Kanto region into the Kitakami region, or into the land of Kitakami for this one. We also have Sentret and Furret returning to the game. Furret is actually a monster in this generation. He is massive. He's almost bigger than the player is. We have Starly, Staravia, and Staraptor, obviously. They're in the main game. Along with Fomantis and Lurantis making their way over from the Paldea region. We have Applin, of course, along with both of its evolutions, Flapple and Appleton in the DLC, as well as the newest evolution in the Applin line, Diplin. Honestly, one of the best Pokemon to come out of this DLC. We have Vulpix and Ninetales making their return to the game. Ninetales' model in this game looks absolutely phenomenal, and I cannot say enough good things about it. We have the Poliwag line making their return to the game. So Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath, as well as Politoed, only available via trade in this generation. We have Magikarp and Gyarados, obviously, both available in the Paldea region. Hoothoot and Noctowl make their way from the Johto region to the land of Kitakami for the DLC. Apom and Ambipom join the land of Kitakami. These two are Violet exclusive Pokemon, so if you have Pokemon Violet, then these are the two Pokemon that you're going to get as your exclusive for that. Heracross as well is in the land of Kitakami. We have him in Paldea already. We have Swinub, Piloswine, and Mamoswine available in the land of Kitakami, and they are readily available, but we'll get into that in another video. Stantler, of course, is available. We also have Seedot, Nuzleaf, and Shiftry making their way into the DLC, all with phenomenal looking models. Ralts, Kirlia, Gardevoir, and Gallade are all available to be had in the land of Kitakami as well. We also have Kricketot and Kricketune here. Kricketune obviously being the strongest bug Pokemon ever. I mean, it can beat Mewtwo after all. We have Pachirisu available in the land of Kitakami, as well as Riolu and Lucario, but we can get those in the base game as well. We have Petilil, Lilligant, making their way into the land of Kitakami, as well as Phantom and Trevenant making their way into the DLC. Both of these guys with phenomenal looking models, and Trevenant with a static Terra encounter in the Timeless Woods. We have Rockruff and Lycanroc making their way over from the Paldea region into the land of Kitakami. We also have Squovit and Greedent in the game. I love these two dex cards. They're absolutely phenomenal. We have Toadschool and Toadscruel making their way over from the land of Paldea for the DLC. We have Poltergeist as well as Sinistcha. Poltergeist being one of the mons that was announced just a little bit ago as a new mon for the DLC. Convergent series of Sinistea, or Poltergeist, and then Sinistcha being the evolution of that, being the convergent form of Sinistea. Both of these guys, super easy to find in the land of Kitakami. Super awesome models, really cool Pokemon. Growlithe and Arcanine obviously are in the DLC as well because they're kind of everywhere. Geodude makes his return in the DLC, so Geodude, Graveler, and Golem are available. Models for these guys look absolutely phenomenal, and they're actually pretty decent in the DLC. Bonsly and Sudowoodo are available in the DLC, coming over from the land of Paldea, where we can get them in the base game. We have the return of Timber, Girder, and Conkeldurr in the DLC. All three of these guys have fantastic models. Conkeldurr being available via trade only. We have Noibat and Noivern in the DLC, obviously. We have Arrokuda and Barrascuda available to catch in the DLC, even though they are available in the Paldean region already. We have Hatenna, Hatterene, and then Hatterene available in the DLC, even though those have been available in Paldea already. Morpeko is another Violet exclusive, so if you have Pokemon Violet, you have access to Morpeko. If you have Scarlet, you do not have access to Morpeko. Was kind of upset about this one when I realized it, but Morpeko, one of my favorite Pokemon, is in the DLC. Orthworm journeys over from the land of Paldea for this DLC. He is actually quite hard to find, so if you don't have one, I would suggest getting it in the Paldea region. Tandemaus and Maushold make their way over from the Paldea region as well. They are pretty readily available and easy to find. Mankey, Primeape, and Annihilape make their way over into the Kitakami Pokedex. Annihilape apparently being available as a wild encounter now, spawning with groups of Primeape. We have the return of Munchlax and Snorlax to the game. Snorlax being quite difficult to find and only being available at a couple spots on the map as a sleeping encounter blocking caves. Go figure. Lotad, Lombre, and Ludicolo make their way to the DLC. All phenomenal Pokemon with great models. I love to see these guys. Nosepass and Probopass make their way to the DLC. Both readily available in the DLC, both actually playing a part in the story at this point. Shinx, Luxio, and Luxray make their way into the DLC, despite being available in the Paldean Dex. You're probably noticing a pattern now. There's a lot of returning Pokemon from the Paldean Dex. We have Grubbin, Chargebug, and Vikavolt available. All three very readily available in the first part of in the DLC. With Vikavolt having its own static encounter on the map. We have Oricorio, as well as Sandshrew and Sandslash, making their return to the DLC. Sandshrew and Sandslash being very readily available, and also very difficult to catch in this DLC. Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar, as they usually are available in the DLC, because they're in like every single Pokemon game at this point. Gligar and Gliscor are available as Scarlet exclusives only, which in my opinion means Scarlet got the better like two-stage evolution Pokemon. Gligar being available, very readily available on the map, and Gliscor being very easy to obtain as soon as you get a Gligar. Houndour and Houndoom are available in the DLC. You're going to see a lot of these guys around the land of Kitakami. Spoink and Grumpig are available in the DLC, which is great to see. Vullaby and Mandibuzz are available in the DLC as well, making their return. Both of these Pokemon absolutely fantastic models and great to look at on the trainer cards. Mudbray and Mudsdale available in the DLC, even though they're available in the Paldean Dex. Jangmo-o, Hakamo-o, and Komo-o are available in the DLC. These guys, very easy to find on one specific part of the map. You can get yourself one early, and if you get yourself one early, you can absolutely wreck the rest of the DLC. They are very overpowered, and honestly, the models for these guys look absolutely incredible. We have Bombirdier making its way over from the Paldean region to the DLC. Coughing and Wheezing are in the DLC in the land of Kitakami. Both models looking absolutely fantastic and both very readily available. We have Mienfoo and Mienshao available in the DLC as well. Models looking great and being actually really good Pokemon to use during the DLC. We have Duskull, Dusclops, and Dusknoir all available in the land of Kitakami. Duskull being pretty easy to find. There's a static Dusclops encounter available. And of course, Dusknoir being available only via trade at this point. We have Chingling and Chimchao available in the DLC as well. Both of these guys pretty readily available about halfway through the story. We have these two Pokemon. I can never remember the name of these. Maybe somebody can tell me in the comments down below on this one. We also have Litwick. I actually found this was my first shiny in the Kitakami, or in the land of Kitakami, was a shiny Litwick, as well as Lampert and Chandelure available in the DLC. Fantastic to see these guys. We also have Surskit and Masquerain making their way over from the Paldea region, since we have them in the Paldea Dex already. Cleffa, Clefairy, and Clefable all making their way over to the land of Kitakami from the Kanto region. These guys, super easy to find, super easy to evolve. Absolutely love them. Great to see them again. We have Bronzor and Bronzong available, just as they are in the land of Paldea, along with Glimmet and Glamora, very readily available towards the end of the game. Feebas and Milotic, absolutely phenomenal Pokemon. Models are crazy good on Milotic in this game. It's probably hard to see on my screen where it is right now, or the size that it is right now, but you can actually see the individual scales on Milotic, even on the tan part of it. It is honestly super awesome. Love these guys. Definitely make sure and pick yourself up one. We also have Dunsparce and Dunsparce available in the DLC. Would not suggest shiny hunting these guys. You could ask one other YouTuber how that goes. It takes forever. We have Barboach and Whiscash available, both very readily available in the DLC. Gibble, Gabite, and Garchomp are still available in the DLC, just like they are in the land of Paldea. Carbink is available in the DLC and is actually quite difficult to find, as it is only available in, I think, one spot on the map, and it's very tucked away. Salandit and Salazzle are available in the DLC, just like they are in the Paldean Dex. Sneasel, Weavile are both available as well, along with Snorunt and Glalie, as well as Frostlass are all available to be caught in the DLC. Tynamo and Electric are available in the DLC, just like they are in the Paldean area, as well as Electros. We have Gumi, Sliggoo, and Gudra are all available in the land of Kitakami, just like you can find them in the land of Paldea. Ducklet and Swanna make their return to the game, both available to catch in the land of Kitakami. Love these guys. Models look fantastic. Choodle and Dreadnought are available, just like they are in the land of, in the Paldean Dex. Cramorant is another Scarlet exclusive. Violet gets more Pico, Scarlet gets Cramorant. Life is just not fair. This guy's like guzzling down a Barraskewda over there. Pawniard, Bisharp, and King Gambit are available in the DLC, just like they are in the land of Paldea. Mimikyu also makes its way over. I love this Dex card. It is absolutely phenomenal. Impidimp, Morgrem, and Grimmsnarl are all available in the DLC in one specific area. They're very easy to find. As well as Indeedee. I have not seen female Indeedee at all. I have only seen in male Indeedee in the land of Kitakami. So I don't know if female Indeedee is here yet. I would assume so, but I haven't found one yet. Basculin, White Stripe Basculin is available, as well as Basculegion is available in the DLC. Basculegion, if you do not have one already, is going to be a major pain for you to get. I can tell you that right now. And then we get into kind of spoilery territory, so if you haven't completed the game yet, this might be a good place to stop. If you want to see it, we have Blood Moon Ursaluna. This is a side quest Pokemon. You can only catch one in the game. It is not a wild encounter. It is static, and it is an absolute monster. This thing is absolutely crazy and will probably be one of everybody's favorite Pokemon. Okidogi, we get into the Loyal 3. Okidogi, Monkey Dory, and Pheasantipity are 197, 198, and 199. And then number 200 is Ogerpon. Ogerpon being the last Pokemon you will catch after beating the main storyline of the game, has many different forms, and is absolutely one of the most broken Pokemon I have seen in quite a while. Now, that is all 200 Pokemon in the Kitakami Dex. However, there are 3 other Pokemon that have been introduced as well, not introduced, but brought back as well that you are able to get, and that is the Sinnoh starters. And I'll have a video for you guys on this one later this week. But you can also pick up Empoleon, so Piplup through Empoleon, Chimchar through Infernape, as well as Turtwig through Torterra in the land of Kitakami as well, through a random egg that you are going to get from Professor Jacques. So those 3 Pokemon are available as well. We also have some new transferables in from Pokemon Home in Jirachi, Darkrai, as well as Shaman being available to transfer over to Scarlet and Violet from Pokemon Home now. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is all 200 Pokemon available in the Kitakami Pokedex. Upon completing the Pokedex, if you go and talk to Professor Jacques outside of town in the land of Kitakami, he will give you not only another certificate like you got for completing the Paldean Dex, but you will also get another charm. And no, this one does not boost your shiny odds. This one actually boosts the amount of crystals that you get for completing Terra raids. And in my experience, it varies between 2 to 5 times as many crystals as what you normally get in a raid, depending on what level raid it is. Level 6-star raids tend to give you about twice as many. Some of the lower raids have given me up to 5 times as many. But that's it. That is all 200 Pokemon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys are thinking about the DLC so far, what you think about the story, and what you think about the Pokemon that are returning. Because honestly, I loved this DLC. I've completed the main story, the side story, most of the side quests, and completed the Dex at this point. And let me tell you, this was a lot more than I was expecting out of this DLC. So, that's it though, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.